And that, of course, is KY from the Tisdale Titty Factory. It's KY.
Odd name.
It is. I guess it's a jelly. It's not spelled like the initials. It's spelled like an actual name, and then like the question.
I believe the KY plant is in Nevada, by the way.
Well, I guess that's close enough. Maybe they kind of, maybe they, I don't know. I don't even understand anything. I don't get any of this. Well, nonetheless, that is from the Tisdale Titty Factory.
What awful state. Fuck Arizona.
It's the only place they had. We had to call them at the last minute, and I called them and I said, hello.
Was fucking Montana book?
I actually had to do the legwork, Randy. I called them. I said, hi, this is Leighton Cockburn from the Human Cockfighting League, and I could hear someone just go, oh God.
Did fucking McCain pull some connections to get us in here, maybe?
Maybe. That's got to be it. I guess. I don't know.
It's not like we've ever actually tweeted at him or anything in the past to ask him about it.
He's been pretty quiet about it. I guess we like to just be a silent partner in this. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some sort of word from Senator McCain, our commissioner. It was not really. Oh, what an elbow by Tracy Rhea. You heard that. It wasn't like a punch. It just rubbed across the face of Skip Thomas. That is designed just to open up a cut.
That was pretty goddamn gross, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you could just hear it. It was just vicious, rubbing against the forehead. You want to aim for the right above the eyebrow where the skin is very thin. And it cuts
just like the skin of the people in Arizona. Thin skin.
Thin.
It's what they got.
And there we see. Oh, a big head kick!
Oh,
Tracy
shit!
Rhea. See Skip Thomas going in with his hands down and
fires
that.
He's prison guarding his head after that one.
So quickly. Good Lord. And we have a lot of clinch battle here. Rhea trying to work those knees. And that ends the first round. And we're going to have to tell you guys that all of our fights tonight, 3 5-minute rounds, except for our main event, which is 5 5-minute rounds for all championship fights. A 10-point more scoring system is in effect. The round winner getting 10 points, his opponent getting 9 points less. If any fights go to decision, our judges tonight, Justice Stephen Breyer, Mario Van Peebles, and Lupus Rivera. And we got to hope that none of our fights go to decision because all those guys are just basically selling merch.
They're just fucking talking shit.
The Van of the Peebles shirt for Mario Van Peebles and Justice Stephen Breyer is just, I don't even know. I just don't get it. Well, there is our lovely lady from the Tisdale. I even hate saying it.
Tisdale Titty Factory, is that it? Right?
Yeah. Tisdale Titty Factory. Well, we have Cher Noble. We have KY. You threw my notes on the ground, so Gentleman's got to go retrieve them so I know what the name of that third lady is. But here we go. We got our next fight. Oh, big running knee by Rhea and getting bold here. This pace is not letting up, Randy. These two are just going at each other with amazing. Oh. And Jetterman getting me my notes.
Hey, Jetterman.
So Cher Noble,
Major
KY, and that one is Isabel Dicker. But she just goes by. Oh, it's Skip Thomas drops. Drops Rhea with a. Wait, but the name. But she goes by the initials, so she's I Dicker. What kind of name is that?
That is a shit name.
I know, and I'm surprised they even let us have people at this point. Anyway, and Skip Thomas has dropped Tracy Rhea. This tide of this fight has turned.
I'm surprised they have strippers here.
Well, they have one establishment, and the mayor runs the joint. Well, it's the mayor's old business. Mayor Ingmar Tisdale here in South Tucson, who graciously let us use the goddamn American Convention Center to run HCL 45. Go ahead and feel. And Skip Thomas, Tracy Rhea. This is a huge, huge fight. Second on the night. That just gives you an idea of how big this card is, Randy. It's a semifinal. These two fighting for a shot. They are 2 fights away. They are 2 wins away, potentially, from the welterweight title. Tracy Rhea could be a 2-time champion. Skip Thomas, it would be amazing if he were to win tonight and win in 3 months at our January show, I believe that would be. Then he would get a shot at the welterweight championship currently held by Wes Blackwell. And you saw, if you were at HCL 44, you tuned in to HCL 44, you know that his next opponent will be Francois Gorgonzola.
Big deal there. You get cheesy. It's not easy being cheesy.
It is not, and this fight will go to a 3rd and final round. And it's been really all action, Randy. Like we haven't been doing it justice by giving it enough attention here, but these guys have been going at each other. It's what you expect from a top-tier fighter like Tracy Rhea, and someone who's hungry but has that potential, but just always missing are the wins on his record, like Skip Thomas. You feel like there's big things in store for Skip Thomas.
That's not all he's missing. He's also missing lethal injection needles and maybe an electrical current to hook up to Tracy Rhea. Because I think if we allowed him those items, he would probably do it.
Well, that is the strange thing about Skip Thomas. Like in Texas, where he does his work, they do the lethal injection, which is a needle. And needles, I assume, like, I mean, you've gotten, like, shots and stuff like that. We've gotten, like, vaccinations. You don't bleed from them. So why why when Skip Thomas is doing these injections, is he coming out covered in blood?
I've gotten shots before and I was covered in blood afterwards.
Well, was it because of the needle?
No, it was a gun.
Okay. Well, I don't understand it, but Skip Thomas performs his lethal injection, comes back out of breath, panting, struggling to get a calm breath, covered in blood, and just says, well, he's dead now.
Well, from what I understand, you're just supposed to put the needle in once, not repeatedly.
I assume.
And I don't think you put it in the dude's face either.
Well, it's all conjecture. I mean, these things happen behind closed doors. They pull a curtain. And I guess, we don't have any sort of eyewitness accounts of what he's done. But, again, Tracy Rhea, of course, just as tough an opponent. The ostrich jockey, this basically makes him a 2-sport superstar. Ostrich jockey and former HCL welterweight champion at 170. These guys are basically, these guys, when you want to talk about the future of HCL, these two guys are in the mix. You got to imagine. Like Skip Thomas, in only those 2 fights, has really impressed. Tracy Rhea has got the record to prove that he belongs here on the top level. He should always be in contention in talks about being a title contender. And Randy, I'm sure that makes you very happy. You found him.
I did. I think I created him. His career. Not as awesome. Created a monster. Career, obviously. That was all
2 minutes to go. 1:55 to be exact. Oh, they're both going for the same thing. Going for that teep. Oh, nice. Bit of a round knee by Thomas. He's got very innovative strikes. Very creative, very skilled ways to knock somebody out. It's almost as if he knocks people out on a daily basis. I mean, I can imagine his training has to be fitting into a very rigorous job. Meanwhile, Rhea, stamina is so key in ostrich racing, from what I understand, from what you were explaining to me.
Oh, it really is.
I mean, you were riding that ostrich for hours on end. So he is... it's no surprise, 45 seconds to go, these two are going to the distance, that Rhea is well equipped to do that. This is just, I mean, again, no one is neither fighter has been knocked out, or it looks even close to being knocked out. By all means, this has been a great fight. These guys are putting it all out there. They are so evenly matched. It's going to have to come down to the judges' scorecards.
Stop, it's over.
And sure enough,
what we said about us, yeah, Oh, yeah, we say we don't want the judges. We get the fucking judges. That's how it works.
Well, we don't want them, but I mean, what a fight that was, Randy. This was a great fight between Skip Thomas and Tracy Rhea. And looking at my stats here, Skip Thomas, of course, both his wins by knockout and TKO. Tracy Rhea, only one fight of his has gone to decision, and that was his second ever fight. He defeated, back in March of 2013, he went to the decision and won against Mike Sapporo, a fighter who is no longer, of course, with us. Here at HCL, that was a very short-lived career for him.
After 3 rounds of
Let's go to the judges and see who they say is very close. Perhaps too close to call, at least for me on this one.
The judges score it 29-28.
First one goes to Thomas. That's going to do it.
Wow, yeah, I'm not shocked.
Skip Thomas,
And the winner by unanimous
perhaps the
decision.
biggest win of his young mixed martial arts career, knocked off by decision a former welterweight champion. Skip Thomas, your winner